What's happening? Welcome to 365. This is day 18. I owe you 3 rounds.
From the war. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic GLP-1. Only Noble Nordisk makes everything prove those facts. Learn about the real thing.
Help your professional today. Call Ozempic. Ozempic.com to get medication. Injection 0.5 milligrams, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
Well, I'm working with boots on because when I use the low cuts, sometimes these wheels will roll over my feet. With these boots, it's okay. These are steel toes. A little heavier, a lot heavier actually, than boxing shoes or any type of sneakers because they're high tops, steel toes. You know, just a little over the top for this. Some people say, hey man, you ain't got the right shoes on. Yeah, no, I got the right shoes on for with this. These are the right shoes. So they're protecting my toes. I used to get this thing used to roll over my foot. I know it's all about placing my feet in the right place so it doesn't get rolled over. Sometimes you just don't do it right. Just like that. It just happened. Individuals. All right, let's give you a quick tutorial on these. What we're doing, individual punches, because this is just One of the things that we should just practice every day. You notice that left jab, working on the left jab, right? A little tight quarters, but still. We'll do the right. We'll do the left jab and the right cross. All right, those two. So in between, basically just you want to tap it back. Just throw the punches. This is round what? 5 for me? All right, let's get back on that jab. You know, the timing is you got to know when to get in your range. You go ahead and let it go, right? You don't want to overreach. Never overreach. Make sure that they're there, right in that little range. That little jabbing range. Or that right cross range. What was that? 2, I think, right? I owe you guys 3. Or was that 1? I'll make it. I'll make that 1. It's okay. A little extra ain't gonna hurt. Just grinding right through. That's all. You know. I'm taking my break today. You know, the other days I was going over there to do the crunches, but I'm locked in. I'm locked in, so I'm pretty much gonna skip those today. I'll be back on them crunches tomorrow. You know, but as far as the overall workout, we still getting that in. That's all that matters. I think I could give my core a break. You know, but it's all good. I'm still eating good though. I'm eating healthy. You know. So that's what matters. Eating healthy and getting the work in. You notice now, when I take that step back, it comes to me now, right? Alright? That's what you want. You want to have that simulation. Alexa, pause. You want to have the simulation of somebody coming at you. So this does very well with that. You know, once you're locked in. And like I said before, you don't want to overreach. You want to make sure he's right in that range once they start coming forward. Right in that range. You know? Sometimes, if you feel like you're going to overreach, you go ahead and make that little step forward to make sure that you're hitting your target, right? So that helps generate more power for you. So the body shots are heavy. I mean, those are good. You can feel it go up your jaw, right up your arm into your shoulder area. That's really good stuff. Those are actually a favorite punch of mine, you know? Those right crosses. I like doing those because I've had success with them. And they're straight. There's nothing, I'm not angling these punches. These punches are going straight. So, there's no angle on these. An angle punch, it looks something like that. I don't even know if you can see the difference, but I'm pretty much going like this. With the straight one, I'm going like that. With the angle, kind of going like that. So, here's the difference. I don't even think you guys can tweak it or even notice it. But let's say I give you the angle shot first. You know, that one was more straight. Let me see if I can do it again. All right, so that was a little bit kind of over, but good work still, you know. Excellent, excellent. I'm not competing with anybody, and nor should you. Don't compete with people when it comes to training. I mean, it's really a good thing. It's something we naturally do just to see where we are. We compete with people in the gym a lot. That's just the process. But if you're doing your own thing, you're not in the competition, and you're not looking to take too many blows to the head at all, then you do something like what I'm doing. You grab your heavy bag, and you just start working your little angles and different little punches that you learned over the course of time. And just keep piecing them together, and just drill yourself so you can stay tuned, you know? And one thing they're starting to recognize about fighters that actually fight a lot in training, taking a lot of headshots, they find that they're actually getting damaged before they even get to the fight itself. The main fight where they're going to be getting paid, you know. That's why the amateur division, if you got a guy that's been like 150 fights, 125 fights, 175 fights as an amateur, there's a good chance that he's already been a little damaged in the head, you know, and he may not last long in the boxing business because of that. Because once you go pro, you wonder, why don't these pros go a very long period of time? Because they've taken a lot of wear and tear on their way to being pro. And a lot of concussions or miniature concussions or damages to the head. And that's the main target when people are boxing. They always like to hit the head. You'll find a few guys that like to tear the body up, you know. They want to try to break the body down first so they can hit the head, you know. So you don't start off, a lot of guys may not start off trying to hit the head too quick, you know. They may just go for the body just to try to chop it down a little bit, you know. Once you start digging them in, if you're getting in, and even if you hit an elbow, you know, you do want to hit the arm a lot. If somebody's, you know, got a good guard, go ahead and hit him hard. Hit him, you know what I'm saying? Because what happens is, the more that you strike that arm, no matter how muscular the arm is, you're still bruising the arm. You know, you have to keep hitting it in the same spot though. You know? Keep chopping right at that elbow. You know, if they keep it like that, go ahead and hit it. You'll make their guard hit them. And I wonder, is that considered a point though? Because they're blocking, but you're making their guard hit their face. You know, and that's causing discomfort as well. Even though it's not a clean shot, but you're hitting the guard. You know, and you keep popping that guard over and over again. Side, they're gonna loosen that guard up because they need to stretch it out and let that blood flow. You feel me? They're gonna wanna, you keep popping that same arm. I don't care. Hit that arm. Go ahead and hit it. Hit that arm. It don't even matter. Now you're not wasting your time. You're literally not wasting your time when you strike their guard. You're methodically breaking that arm down. You think about it. If I took something like a bamboo stick and constantly hit you on your arm and your arms are flexed, you got it flexed like this, and I keep hitting that spot, what's going to happen is I'm causing trauma to it. It's going to draw the blood out underneath the skin to rise up toward that area because I'm bruising the muscle. That's the same thing as when you punch in somebody's arm and they got a good guard and you're striking that same spot constantly. Through the fight, guaranteed, you'll see them want to do this. They may still be like this, but they'll back off, shake their arms out because they're trying to hurry up and get some blood through there to relieve the bruising that you've caused. That's just a natural thing. So you want to think about the natural way that a body's going to respond when you attack it. So if you want to hit the body, let's say you get in a couple of good ones, right, in the body. They can take those at first. But if you keep striking the same spot, I can guarantee you they're going to bring their guard to that spot. And when you see that happen, that's when you come back, you come right to the top. So they keep, keep on messing with that. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you're hitting their guard. All right, you want to keep hitting that spot. You're going to soften it up. Soften it up. This punch right here, that ain't nothing but a range finder. All right? We'll use the range finder, and then you drop your heavy in there. If you can touch them bodies in the front, right up under the elbow, when they're going like this, you can catch them right up under the elbow. Sometimes you got to catch them up like this. Got a little up punch. All right? So it's a lot of things. You're going to be, mind you, ain't nobody going to stand there and just let you pick them apart. They're going to move and they're going to be swinging back. So your guard has to be ready as well. It's all about the methodical breakdown of a person. You got to methodically do it. Nobody's going to come in and you're going to break them down in the first round. That rarely happens, but it's possible. All right? That's 3 minutes of working on the same breakdown. Once you find your target, you feel like it's his weakness, then you want to push for that spot. No matter what it is, you want to shoot for that spot. Or save it for later. You can find they're susceptible to a right cross. Right? You always catch them. You find that opening, and when you do it, oh, I got in. So now, change up. Alright? Check the body. See if they soft or they're weak over there somewhere. And if all else fail, you go back to the original and see if did they learn to avoid that clean punch or not. So you want to test them out now. So you done already tried a couple of those. He's blocking good there. Then you go back to that cross. If you get him again, now you know he ain't learned his lesson. He ain't learned from the first one. Alright, slip off that. Slip off that. Then see if you can do it with the left jab. Now you done already saw the right cross get in twice, right? I'm just giving you scenarios, right? Right cross gets in twice. Just because you did that, that doesn't mean that you want to always go to it and let them know that, hey, he's targeting that area. Coaches are going to let them know. Anybody in this corner going to say, hey, look out for that right cross, because da-da-da-da-da and all that. And then if you don't display it often early, then they'll say, okay, that was just a punch that slid through. We're not going to pay too much attention to it. And they start talking about other ways that they can get to you. But you already done scored in your mind. That right cross is a possible a spot that I can use. So now you test in other areas. This is a chess game. You only got these two hands to play the game with. You don't use your feet and your elbow and all your knees. You don't do all of that. This is all you got. So you want to go ahead and test the other areas because you don't got through, you don't got through with that. Hey, what in the world? Okay. Now, this is round 3, right? You softening them up. You tapping. You're not even putting that right cross in where you already made the connect twice. But now you're going to need to try to close it out. So yeah, go ahead and throw it in there. Now you on your 3rd round. You want to try to close strong. Now this is just a method. This is just one method, and you should think about the method. Is that when you get to your 3rd round, you got to try to close it out best you can. So that's why you want to try to preserve best you can if they allow you, if your opponent allows you. And now you're looking to use that punch more often. You want to try to finish your man. All right? You done already figured out he's susceptible to that right cross. I done got him twice with it. I can probably knock him down or knock him out. I done tried going to the left, tried to put that left hook on him, and he's kind of blocking that successfully. The left jab, maybe not so much. So you might want to use those 2 punches, you know? And you know what, being that they say you don't slid that right cross in, and you got him a couple times with it. What about the hook? Can the hook slide in too? So, all right, you know that works. All right, he ain't really getting it. He don't know how to get out of the way. Now, you're gonna try to go ahead and do the same thing, but you're gonna turn that over to a hook. You're not gonna go ahead. You're not gonna do what he's probably gonna expect it, being he done got clocked a couple times, right? He's gonna expect that. So now, change it up. Change it up. Make it a hook now. Make it a hook. You know what I mean? So you gotta really play with it. I mean, yeah, it's a game you gotta play in the ring, in the competitive moment. You hear some of the guys say, he's not taking enough chances. He could win if he take more chances. But of course, that's exactly what it is, a chance. You're taking a chance. You're making a decision to try something. Might or might not work. But you have to be at least confident enough in your defense that if you mess that up, he won't counterpunch you and get the victory over you. So you got to think about it. You got to think about it as you go. It's really you being at the office. A coach told me one time I got smacked around so good in the ring, and my pride was destroyed. But he came to me as I was hitting the bag, because I was crying and hitting the bag. I was young. And he said, listen, don't worry about that. Forget about that, but just try to improve yourself so it doesn't happen again. Just chalk it up as another day at the office, he said. He didn't say bad or good. I know it was a bad day. But he said, it's just another day at the office. You'll get it right tomorrow or the day after. We trained every day. And sure enough, I went home. And on my home time is when I practice not to get slapped around like I did the day before. I would go home and practice that. And I would go run with these weights that I knew that he slapped me around. I'm going to slap him around next time we spar. So it was a competition in the gym. It's always that. Everybody have their position in the gym. You know who's really good, the best in that gym, and you know who's not quite, and you know who's pretty running neck and neck. They always go at it. And it's up to the coach to mix people around when sparring day come, we had to go up to this list of names and see who we're gonna spar that day. And we look at it and we see who our opponent is, and then we're prepared to go in and get the rounds in. Sometimes he will match us with guys who are very advanced, who had many fights, just to try to bring out the fighter in you. And that's what I think a lot of coaches do when you have a gym full of guys. So you really want to test them out. You got to get your most skilled fighter to literally work with the guy that has potential. And then you allow that guy with potential to go all the way, and you tell your seasoned fighter, do not hit him. Just go 35%, 40% with him or something. That's pretty much, and he knows, that seasoned fighter know what to do at that point. He's not going to go out and try to hurt the young man and destroy his pride or his ego. Destroy him to a point where it will make him not want to come back to the gym. So it's all a learning process, and that's just how the inner works go when you're thinking about trying to get to your opponent or whatever. You got to train them up in a way that they are they get confidence. But if they get too big-headed, then you tell your seasoned fighter to amp it up a little bit and see if he can swing with that. If he swings with that, then you amp it up some more. And if he swings with that too, meaning he's literally doing good, when your fighter now is going 75% with him, now you're going to tell your fighter to go 100% and see how he takes that. Once he goes 100% and he finishes out with that seasoned fighter, then you possibly have something. That's just the little stages that you have to kind of work with these young people coming up. You check them along the way. Check them. Some of them get so cocky, they come in like they're the baddest man on the planet, because now they know they're good in the gym. When they get out there in the school and in the street, they start trying to display what they think they're great at in the streets. That's how they wind up getting shot and everything else. People don't play with people who've been training for fights and stuff. They don't play with them because they know they're gonna get beat up. So first and foremost, the first thing people on the street gonna do is grab a tool and go ahead and use the tool. So that's just a message. I've seen many kids learn how to box and took it in the streets. Yeah, they made a name in the streets, but they were still targeted, because soon as anybody thought they was going to get into it with them, they pulled a tool on them. You know what I'm saying? So you really got to be careful and humble there. And you got to humble your fighters once you get them to a level of knowing that they have something, they're good at it. You have to teach them how to wield it with respect. And you only use it when necessary only. You don't go out and create a problem so you can use that. So that's what a good coach will do. All right, I got 2 other platforms to hit. I'm doing all tutorial today. I feel like crap, but I'm doing a tutorial. So I think that's actually a good thing. I still get my little workout in. All right, fam. You've just participated with 365, and this is day 18. And you're gonna watch me go through this up and down roller coaster ride for 365 days. All right. So thanks for coming by. I got to go to another platform. Next platform is Facebook. Yep. If you want to continue on with me, just come on over to Facebook, and I'll be over there doing the same dag and everything. All right, fam.